my dad had prostate cancer, so I was checking my PSA from when I was in my 40s.
Oh, okay.
And slowly, and every year it came back good, came back good, came back good. Mid 50s, all of a sudden it started jumping up. Oh, it went
Okay.
up a little bit. Okay, no worries yet. It went up a little bit. Next year, no worries yet. Went up a little bit. We should look at this. I think it was at like a 3.2. And then it just every year. And then I'd say, hey, I'm under a lot of stress. What's going on in my life? I'll watch my diet. I'll exercise more. And it would come down. So I was able to, kind of keep it under
Mm,
control. At least that's how I felt.
sure.
And then finally it got to the point where it went up. And then the following year it went up. And my doctor said, look, let's just do an MRI. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
So they did the MRI. And then he said, hey, let's schedule a biopsy. We see something. So, when you get to biopsy, if they're scheduling a biopsy,
Yeah.
there's most likely something
I
happening.
pretty much
And
know. Yeah.
and the crazy so here's what happened with the crazy story of this is so I get the biopsy. A week later, I happen to be in my general doctor's office for a physical. And I said, I didn't hear from my doctor yet. Let me just check the portal. Maybe I missed something. And sure enough, it's there. And there it is. There's the word. There's cancer. And
Mm,
I am like, sitting there in the waiting room, kind of like freaking out. So what do? I put it into ChatGPT. Hey, what am I looking at here? Put the
yeah.
report in, amazing. And it came back, yeah, suggestions, guidelines. My prostate level, the PSA was up. What the biopsy showed what are called the Gleason score. And in a sense, it's now like the next level of diagnosis. So mine was a 7. Gleason is made up of 2 numbers. Mine, I had some 4.3s, which is worse than 3.4s. 3.4s is a little bit better than 4.3. So now I'm freaking out about that. And I went into my doctor and she said, how are you? I said, not good. I'm like, you know, freaking out here. Got,
Sure.
got cancer. So she looked at it and she's great. And she just went through it. She actually took my phone, looked at what ChatGPT said,
Yeah.
and said, she just reassured me. She said, look, you've got cancer, but you'll get it taken care of and you're going to live a long life. And I thought, okay, I like to hear that. That's really good.
Sure.
But hearing that and then also having experienced a history of cancer, not me, but in my family, it kind of was unsettling. So I talk about this. That movie Brian Song. Had you ever seen that movie Brian Song from 1971? It's an
I
old.
didn't know.
Okay, so there's a football player Brian Piccolo in the 60s. He was roommates with Gail Sayers. Now, I'm watching this movie at 8 years old. I think it's a football movie, right?
Yeah.
What it was a social commentary because they were roommates. A black man and a white man in the 60s was a big deal.
Right.
So at the time at 8 years old, I didn't realize that. But Brian Piccolo dies of cancer. Gail
Mm.
Sayers gives this emotional speech, and I'm 8 years old, like, crying my eyes out. So, like, and I'm like, "What the hell's go" like, I had no idea, like, I'm feeling this emotion for this, football player, but then I thought, "Well, wait, this football player is big, strong guys, and, this guy's brought down by cancer." My uncle died a year later of cancer, and then, as we get older, we always know somebody who has a cancer diagnosis. My mom died of pancreatic cancer. So, even though she had reassured me the reality of what my history was, this could be really serious.
Yeah.
And so that's, I think, part of what threw me off. And going through like the fog of war, that confusion I talked about when I was in it, that's also what led me to, I think I can help other men get through this without that, having someone to talk to. Get on a
Okay.
call and let's get you regulated. Walking is a big part of that. I mean, I think in every recovery program, whether it's physical, emotional recovery, we need to get the emotions down first. Walking helps do that before the recovery can start taking place or as the recovery is taking place.
Sure. And so is there, like with this hereditary type of thing in your family, are there things that you can do to prevent? Did you find any of that out by
Yeah,
chance?
so there's as far as prostate cancer, there's nothing you can do to prevent it. Same thing. My mom died of pancreatic cancer, so nothing. Healthy living is gives you a better shot. It's
Yeah.
really it.
Okay.
What I've researched on prostate cancer was that nothing I did beforehand affected it. There are guys who are absolutely clean living and they develop prostate cancer. There are guys who have the worst diets and the worst diet habits, and they don't get prostate cancer. You know, it's a kind of a crapshoot. But as we get older, that PSA level comes up, and most men will face some kind of prostate issue. But the important thing is what you do after, like what I'm doing now after prostate cancer is important. Diet, exercise, clean living. Um, that is important for it to not reoccur.